Real quick before we begin this video, I would like to clarify, yes, this is a reboot of the old How to Call of Duty Mobile videos, and although there are only like 2 videos that are kind of semi-related to How to Call of Duty Mobile in terms of like how to use each gun and stuff, and yes, there are Undead Siege videos. I mean, those would probably stay the same, but I would like to do a reboot because I feel like I can improve the format of how I do these. And yeah, I'm not really feeling the old one. And since my opinions have changed, we're gonna have to redo them as well. Since, well, the playstyles are definitely different now with each gun. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey everyone, Captain here, locked and loaded. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing How to Call of Duty Mobile version 2, which is a reboot, which I probably have just said. Why am I repeating myself? Today we're going to talk about the RUS-79U submachine gun in the game. So let's jump right into it. The RUS-79U is a submachine gun in Call of Duty Mobile. It has been introduced since the game has launched and is unlocked at the start. The weapon has a base damage of 24 and has 3 distinct damage zones: the lower torso, the head and upper torso, and other parts. Its maximum damage is 26 points to the head, 24 points to the lower torso, and 21 points on the other parts. Its minimum damage is 16 points to the head, 15 to the lower torso, and 13 towards other parts. Therefore, the shots needed to take someone down is 4 to 6 shots. The drop-off range is between 10 to 40 meters. Note this is done using the training range in Call of Duty Mobile. The weapon has a rate of fire of 755 rounds per minute. That's 12 rounds per second approximately, giving it a minimum time to kill of 318 milliseconds within 10 meters. The weapon has a moderately sized hipfire cone, and it has a recoil of upwards and a curve to the right. Then the recoil will recenter. The aim down sight camera recoil is similar to hipfire recoil, where it goes upwards and curves to the right, then recenters. It doesn't have any visible gun recoil, so you don't need to worry about that. The weapon has a moderate aim down sight bullet spread, which is average for your submachine guns. The reload time of the weapon is 1.8 seconds, meaning it will take 1.8 seconds for your ammo counter to update, and you can perform a reload cancel. The RUS-79U has an ammo capacity of 30 rounds, and its reserve ammo is 120 rounds. Note that this number may change according to your attachments. The weapon is fully automatic in multiplayer. It has moderate mobility and a moderately high aim down sight speed. Now that we've gone over the stats, let's go over some trivia of the RUS-79U. The RUS-79U originates from Call of Duty Online. The RUS-79U is based off the real-life Kalashnikov AKS-74U with modernized furniture. As of now, it is the only weapon to have its name changed once. It was called the AKS-74U back then on the original Season 3. Now normally this is a part where I show you what attachments I have in my weapon and how I would play with it. But since we're changing it up, I'm gonna tell you how the recommended playstyle of the weapon will be and then show you my setup recommendations. Do note that these are my setups. They will work for me, but they may not work for you. So you're gonna have to build your own setup accordingly. Now in my opinion, I say the recommended playstyle of the RUS-79U is play as if it was a light assault rifle or carbine. You should hold angles, and when the opportunity comes, push towards the enemy. You can push them back really hard if you're playing it right. You always want to keep moving to take advantage of the RUS-79U's mobility. It has a really blazing fast aim down sight movement speed. You can attempt to rush people with this, however, There are certain weapons that will completely counter you, since they do a better job at like close range damage. Now, set of recommendations. I'll be showing a picture of the build on screen, and I'll be showing the full build in the description, so remember to scroll down and read them. And let's get right to it. First setup, high speed strafer. This build is particularly focused on aim down sight movement speed, with 2 attachments working on increasing it. It has 1 attachment that it reduces camera recoil, 1 attachment that enhances bullet spread, and it gives it more ammunition and a faster reload speed. This build is more for the rush setup since it emphasizes strafe speed. But of course there are some other weapons that outshine this on strafe speed due to some meta issues. But this can hold its own since it's pretty much a very balanced submachine gun. And its all-around stats basically just make it a jack of all trades, you would say. For my second build, the suppressed carbine build. This has an attachment that increases range and suppresses the weapon. It increases its ADS speed by a bit. It enhances bullet spread, reduces vertical recoil, and more ammunition and faster reload speed. Basically, you're attempting to turn this into an assault rifle. And it surprisingly does a pretty good job at that. Because of its balanced stats and very controllable recoil, you can pretty much run this like an AR. You'll be surprised at how easily this weapon can beam people across the map. Well, maybe not across the map since the damage would be pitiful, but you'll be surprised at how many hits you can get. The emphasis on this build, however, is the suppressor. You're hidden from the radar when you use this, and it basically brings almost no downsides, except for the part that its feel is no longer like an SMG. But since it's categorized as one, you get the damage values of an SMG, so basically you got your short ranges covered. Now then, that's everything to talk about the RUS-79U. I would rate this with a usage difficulty of 3 out of 10. Overall, this is a pretty simple starter weapon with very controllable recoil. It's a pretty decent carbine style SMG for the low ranks. It is also a good weapon for people who like to shoot on the move. There you have it, the first video of the reboot of How to Call of Duty Mobile. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep doing this, since I'm pretty much trying to get used to like all the weapons, and well, it's basically part of my diamond grind. And yeah, since I have tons of experience on using them, I pretty much know, well, not really, just how to run them properly. So might as well give some tips for the people that want to pick up on the weapon and start using them. If you think my how-to has helped you familiarize yourself with the RUS-79U, consider leaving a like, and maybe subscribing if you want to see more. For the next video, I'm probably just going to go over another weapon that I already have diamond, since, well, 120 matches, I probably have an experience to give you a build or something. Oh yeah, I will talk to you in the next video. This is Captain Isaac, over and out.